Hey
Hey
guys,
guys.
welcome back to Once Upon a Trash Talk.
So today we have a very special guest with us.
Yes.
And before we get into that, we are here to talk about WandaVision episode 8.
Oh my God.
It was amazing, so epic, something that really kind of pulls at your heartstrings a little bit.
It did. Goosebumps and everything.
Oh man, definitely. And this whole episode was just something I think we all really needed, especially to kind of get more connected to Wanda in a way.
Exactly.
And seeing her in the past and knowing more of her story and how she became who she is, which I think is really what we needed as a fandom.
I like how they also kind of showed, and we'll talk more about it into this video later on, Agatha's backstory and then what happens. For spoiler alerts, those who haven't watched it, if you want, you can also pause this video, go watch the actual WandaVision episode 8.
Yes.
Yes, episode 8, and then come back and then just hear our theories and then be mind blown just as we are, because that was intense. And
Very
this is coming from someone who doesn't have any facial expressions when watching stuff. Sarah can vouch for me.
Yes.
But I basically was on the edge of my seat watching episode 8.
Definitely. I definitely saw that. And she's someone that just sits there like this the entire time until she's done. And she's like, wow, that was great. But this entire time she was like her hands were at her face. It was great. It was an awesome reaction. I should have recorded it. But this whole series so far, it's never let anyone down, I think.
Yeah. Agreed.
Every episode has just gotten better and better. And I cannot wait for the last one next week.
I'm so excited. All right, guys, we want to get back into this video and announce our special guest. Drum roll, please.
Welcome my little baby brother. Actually, he's not a baby anymore. Angelo Trejo. Hey, Angelo. Thanks for joining us today. So we want to talk to you about WandaVision episode 8. What were your thoughts?
It showed a lot about Wanda as a person. There was a lot of information, the whole connection with her in the Mind Stone that explains her deep connection with Vision, her childhood.
Oh, so that was the Mind Stone. I was trying to figure out which Infinity Stone it was. And
it was
for some reason, I couldn't remember what it was. But okay, keep going.
Yeah, so it's crazy because she's part Mind Stone now. She's able to create life.
So was she always this way?
Yes.
Right. So technically, since we went back and it showed us, she has always been this way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Angela, what did you think about the whole scene when Agnes forced Wanda to go back in time, and then you see her, the things that she suppressed, slowly possibly being a witch at that time?
That was really cool to see. It was really cool to see just Wanda develop her powers and become more and more powerful. And in the comic, it's weird because in the comics, Agatha is more of a good guy. She's actually the one that mentored Wanda when she was starting to learn her powers. It's weird to see her as a villain this time.
Yeah.
Oh, so I didn't know who she was, honestly, because I didn't read the comics. So when her big opening intro kind of happened, I was kind of like, because I didn't know who she was. So to me, I just see her as a villain. But do you think that possibly she could turn into her mentor and kind of help her through her powers?
Probably.
I mean, look, Wanda started off as the villain and then all of a sudden switched sides, and now she was an Avenger, and she learned from the people she hated the most.
That's very true.
I guess just because you read the comics and you're highly invested in it, comics and into movies and series that's going on, what do you think that might happen for episode 8?
I think that they are gonna send the White Vision in to try and kill Wanda.
Oh,
I'm gonna be so sad.
I know, we're kind of like, oh.
When I saw him come back to life, that I was freaking out because this whole entire time Hayward made it seem like Wanda took Vision, But she didn't take him.
Exactly.
So seeing that, like he's obviously the bad guy here. He's the one that had this whole master plan. He was trying to manipulate her into taking Vision to kind of awaken him so that way he can get his weapon back.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think Hayward is working for Hydra?
Maybe. It could just be him and his grief after Infinity War, just him just weaponizing Vision, because I'm pretty sure that's what the government or like SWORD has been wanting to do for a while.
Yeah. Dang, that's crazy. What do you think? I mean, I know in the comic, from what Sarah was telling me, that her twins end up dying. Do you think Agatha might be the person to kill them, or do you think she's doing it to like kind of using the boys as for her reaching into her power and getting that anger, because it looks like Wanda's powers come from her grief and her anger. Do you think that's what she's trying to do and then become her mentor?
Yeah, that's probably what she's trying to do. But this time in the comics, it's actually Mephisto that impregnates Wanda. But this time it's like Wanda herself that's doing it.
Yeah. So I think I'm just like mind blown right now.
So remember in the beginning, you thought that what's how you pronounce it?
Mephisto.
Mephisto.
Thank you.
Remember how you thought that he would come in and he was the one that was kind of behind all of this? Do you still have that theory?
No, not anymore. Not this time around, because I think Wanda is like way more powerful. Like she's actually able to warp reality and just make her own type of thing. Because this is all Wanda's doing, but the whole Pietro thing and everything else was all Agatha.
So when Agatha was talking about the whole Pietro thing, or the fake Pietro.
Pietro.
Yeah, Pietro. There you go. So that's technically not Quicksilver from the X-Men then, right? She just took somebody from wherever and then used him to be Pietro, or is this like I was kind of confused about that part.
Same.
It could still be the Quicksilver from X-Men.
Do you think he knows that he's really not Pietro and not really her brother, or do you think that Agatha is using her powers to control his mind to think that he is?
It's probably Agatha using her powers to mind control him to think that he's Pietro.
Because it left it off in episode 7. It left it off with the cliffhanger where he's like, snoopers are gonna snoop or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Snoopers are gonna snoop.
Yeah, and then I was like, okay, I'm interested to see this in episode 8, and they completely made it go over everybody's head. So I really hope there's going to be a season 2, just because right now, episode 7 and 8 is leaving us like how episode 4 and 5 were.
But I don't think there's going to be a second season, right? Isn't this just like
no? It's just a one time. Yeah.
Yeah.
They still have like an hour and a half to fill for time for WandaVision. So this next episode might be like an entire movie.
I'm so excited for it. I was wondering, because I was like, how do they only have one episode left? How? Yeah. Because we all have so many questions and they can't just give us 40 minutes of it and then that's it. Leave us with that. But at the same time, I mean, it's like, I wonder if what you said to me last week, Angelo, if the bunny really is Dr. Strange.
I was going to ask you about that too.
Probably not anymore. I don't think that anymore, because I mean, he ate the fly, and like Agatha was talking to Senior Scratchy like she knew him like a personal friend.
Yeah.
So who do you think it is? Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
I can't remember who it is. I think it's like her grandchild that's like a big villain in the Marvel comics.
Oh, dang.
Okay. So we're going to see more of Agatha then?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
I kind of hope so. I really hope they do that where you're like, well, they have an hour to fill, so it might be a whole movie. What if this is going to kind of be like how every Avengers Marvel movie has ended? Big scene, and then all of a sudden we have the good prevail, and then all of a sudden we lose some good people. Because that's how mainly all of them kind of play out. Do you think that they might keep to that storyline?
Probably. WandaVision is going to be like a trilogy. WandaVision is going to lead into the next Spider-Man movie, actually. It's going to be like WandaVision, Spider-Man, and then Doctor Strange. That'll like pretty much close up the trilogy.
Dang. So this could be like the end of it.
Yeah.
So do you think Wanda's gonna die?
Probably not. It's very unlikely that she's gonna die. I think Agatha might help her in like the fight with the White Vision, because that Vision has like no memory of anything before. He is just a weapon, like a.
That's so sad.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh my
Wait,
god.
so question, sorry. We still haven't seen the actual Vision. Wait, I gotta fast forward. She made Vision.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen him since episode 7 trying to get to his house. So now I'm kind of thinking, is it kind of be like the Civil War where it's like instead of Avenger versus Avengers, it's going to be Vision versus Vision? Wanda's what's it called? Creation Vision?
Probably, yeah. It could be Vision sacrificing himself again.
Oh.
Oh, don't say that. So sad. So okay, is he really real then? Is that it is her vision that she made real?
Yeah, she created life. Like that.
So
That-
is she
that- that
kind
was
of
the
like
whole
a
scene.
is she kind of like a necromancer or something like that? Is that what it's called? Where they
Kinda,
can
yeah.
bring
Yeah.
like
Well, from what correct me if I'm wrong, Angelo, but she was talking about everything that Wanda could possibly do and what she could have done with her brother. So if Agatha can do it and she sees it in Wanda, then that's why that whole lead up to where then you're the Scarlet Witch, was that her confirming that she's able to do basically the same powers, if not more than what Agatha can do?
Yeah, because she's like part Mind Stone now. Like with the scene in the Hydra base, her connection with that like pretty much just made
I
her
just
more
got goosebumps,
powerful.
sorry.
so when she gave up that big reveal about her being the Scarlet Witch, which we all knew except for Lenny.
Yeah.
It's fine. We
I'm
all
still
knew that.
new.
I know. Why like I said, I've never read the comics, so I don't know what the big significance is of
Yeah.
the Scarlet Witch itself. Why was that such a big thing? I thought that was already known that she was the Scarlet Witch.
It was probably just for the name. Like that's huge. Like she's actually becoming the Scarlet Witch, not just Wanda Maximoff. Like she's becoming more of the Scarlet Witch.
So is the Scarlet Witch the most powerful witch?
One of the most powerful.
Who's the most powerful?
I'm not sure.
It doesn't look like it's Agatha because she kept saying, I need that magic. I need that magic. And the only thing that she didn't have was the Mind Stone. So I was talking to Sarah earlier and I was like, what if the reason why she's not going full head to toe, like her whole coven went about like Agatha's coven attacked her, and instead of her dying, she absorbs their power. What if Wanda can do that, but 10 times more? Do you think?
Probably. Agatha's powers comes from the dark dimension, like shown in Doctor Strange with Dormammu with his magic.
Mm-hmm.
It was shown to be purple, so she might get her powers from the dark dimension.
That just opened my. I was just like, whoa, okay, yeah, that does make sense.
So does this mean I have to watch Doctor Strange?
Yep.
Yes.
You gotta do your homework just like me.
That's like
Doctor Strange
the
is
only
huge.
movie. The only movie that just like bores me for some reason. I don't know why. Oh gosh. Okay. So a lot of this kind of leads back to Doctor Strange then, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And his powers and what he can do and like the time traveling and all that stuff, right? In the next movie with Wanda in it, do you think this is her like kind of snapping and turning evil? And then maybe in the Doctor Strange movie, they're kind of like trying to bring her back kind of thing? Or what do you think is going to happen in that movie?
I think it's going to be more of her coming to terms with her loss and her grief.
I really hope she doesn't lose anymore. Okay, she cannot. I almost cried at work watching that part where you know she like just falls to her knees and just starts screaming, and then like you know the part where she's like she sees him at Sword, and then she tries to feel him, and she's like, I can't feel you anymore.
I know, that gave me goosebumps.
I started tearing up because that part is like really, really heartbreaking. And I know that she she's lost so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't want her to lose anymore. I don't want her to lose her kids or just go crazy, because I feel like she deserves so much more.
Yeah. It was kind of crazy when I was watching it. I don't have reactions when I'm watching this, and Sarah tries to do time lapse of my reactions, and you just see me do this. But that was intense. I had goosebumps. I kept asking her, like, what? And she goes, just watch it. Just watch it. You're not there yet. And then I guess I was there, and the breakthrough happened where I was like, that was intense. The whole episode was pretty intense. Like, it was leaving us up as a cliffhanger, like how they kind of always do, which makes you want more. Do you think that she's gonna be a bigger thing in Doctor Strange than she was in all the Marvel movies that she was in?
Yeah, 100%. She's gonna be like one of the huge roles in that movie.
So is the Spider-Man movie going to happen first? Well, obviously it's going to be released first, but is it going to happen before, like in the timeline wise, before Doctor Strange?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be happening before Doctor Strange.
Okay, because I'm still trying to piece together how Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man are going to be there.
Oh, dude.
It could still be after Doctor Strange.
So, Angela, with everything, all this going on, what do you think? Has your theories been correct so far, or do you think that you've been kind of like just confused as us, but kind of right where you need to be?
With some things I was right about. But I'm probably around the same area where you guys are right now. Like, I'm very intrigued to see what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, were most of your theories correct, or were they kind of just like off?
They were kind of off.
Which I've noticed that happens to a lot of people, because I've seen like on TikTok and on Twitter
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I've seen people's theories and what they've thought about it, and kind of like I've seen a few people that have been right, but most of them have just been wrong, like completely off, which makes me feel better because I was way off.
Yeah.
On a lot of things. Like I was here thinking like she was being controlled by Hydra.
I know.
Time, you know, and that was.
How do you think I've been doing for someone who hasn't read the comics or was invested like how you and Sarah are in Marvel? How do you think I've been doing? Very conceited of me.
You've been really great. Okay, let's not talk about you no more. So no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, you've been good. You did a really great job. But do you have any questions for us, Angelo?
No, not really.
Okay, that's perfect. Are you excited for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Yes.
I am so thrilled. It's going to be coming out soon.
Yes.
I
think we should record ourselves watching it. Like just do a reaction while it's going, because this is going to be
for the premiere. Can we do that?
This is going to be March 19th, right?
Yep.
So March 19th, we're all going to be there, and then we'll have a little like we'll film our reaction.
We should have a Marvel party. You know what I mean? Marvel treats and like a little Marvel pajamas. Great. It'd be great. A little sleepover.
Yeah.
Just Sarah. But no, for real. Like I can't wait for that show. I'm just hoping that they don't mess it up. I really don't want Sharon to be a freaking love interest. As long as she's not a love interest, I will be happy. I will be happy. I just want to see Bucky and Sam be an amazing duo and kick ass.
But also, what if she's taking care of them because Chris asked her to?
You mean her grandpa or great grandpa?
Well, no, technically that's not her grandpa because he went back in time. It doesn't affect her past.
It don't make sense
or
to
her
me
grandpa's
though, because how is she?
Because he's in a different universe. Okay, remember?
But
you need to watch
old Steve.
Hang on.
Listen to me.
Hang on.
No,
I'm gonna answer your question. I'm gonna answer your question.
Listen to me. No.
Okay, go ahead. I don't know. I'll answer your question. You can let me know if I'm correct. Angelo, ready? Go. Tell me what you got. Go.
I'm saying that old Steve was in this universe, the same universe that Sharon Carter is in. And with old Steve, he was still married to Peggy. So how was he in this universe? Had a whole life with Peggy, and yet Sharon is still alive in the same universe. Please explain that to me.
Okay, ready? Tell me if I'm right or wrong, okay? So, remember
Wrong.
when it was the Infinity Wars. I'll fight you. So remember during the Infinity War when Hulk is about to steal the time stone from, what was her name again? From
that one,
the one
bald chick.
Yeah.
Okay. From
So
Doctor Strange. Oh.
He was trying so hard to take it from her, and she was like, "No, I can't." And then all of a sudden, when they were talking, because she was like, "Why do you need the stone?" And then that's when Hulk explained, or broke, like Sarah calls him. He explains what happens after she explains, "I can't do that because if you take this time stone out of this universe, it's going to create a different universe. It's not going to affect it, but it's going to create a different universe."
Okay, but wouldn't that change it? It wouldn't
No, it still goes into the same path, but they separate and it cuts off into a different universe. So you know how there's a different Spider-Man, there's 3 different Spider-Mans. So different universe, like Spider-Man universe, something like that. It doesn't affect that. So when they come together, like what they're going to do for Doctor Strange, remember that's when Hulk says, Strange said this was the only 1%. And then she goes, "Then I failed. I need to give you this time stone and you need to bring it back at this exact moment." So it doesn't affect the past because he did go back in time. It just created a different past for Steve Rogers. That's the same. It created a different past for Steve Rogers, not for who Peggy was initially married to, because that already happened. Am I correct so far, Angela? Do you think
there's 2 Peggies?
Do you think?
Or Steve saying might have branched off into a different universe.
But basically what I said in the most longest terms ever.
No. But it still does not make sense to me because he was in that universe with Sam and Bucky as an old Steve. So if he was in that universe with them, that's not changing the universe. He's in that one, not a different one.
But also remember, Doctor Strange was able to pull Tony Stark into their universe during the Age of Ultron. No, Infinity Wars, yeah. He was able to pull Tony Stark and bring him to his area so he can travel to any universe. So what if Steve Rogers found Doctor Strange and asked him to put him at that exact moment? And then he's just sitting there and was like, "I gotta give this to Sam." And he does it. Because he's going to bring all of the Spider-Mans together. Why can't he bring Steve Rogers to that universe to give the passing of the torch to Sam? It's a great theory.
Okay,
Sarah.
I mean, that could be a great
You're looking
theory.
at it like, okay,
it could be,
yeah.
It could be, but it
what do you think,
explained.
Angelo?
It was not explained that way. So in my mind, I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. So how is Sharon alive? So does that technically mean that Sharon and Steve are related?
Probably.
She made out with her great grandpa?
That don't count anymore.
That do count because it still happened.
Don't count
and it doesn't change the past, remember? So
and just like, any more questions, guys? Any questions for us, Angelo, before?
I know. But I don't understand that timeline. So I don't know. It's just confusing.
She's not giving up on this. She doesn't want Sharon to be a love interest because of. But what if she ends up being not a love interest, but one of those? It doesn't create the duo, but it creates the lifeline, that support that they need because they're both going through some stuff.
They need Wanda. Wanda could be there. Wanda could be that support system for them. Yeah, they're all hurt.
Wanda's dealing with things herself. She's trying.
Wanda's
to be
a little
healthy.
broken.
Yeah, she's a little broken right now. She's trying to fix herself, and right now her town's just in trouble, so she can't be that support. She's taking care of a whole town.
My girl is a boss before she went in. She can do whatever.
I'm really trying not to cuss, and then you see Sarah boss ass.
Damn. I'm just saying. I don't know. There's so much, and that's what I love about Marvel is that there's so much you could say or think about.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy that with Marvel. Angelo, how do you think the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is going to go?
Honestly, at this point, I don't really know. I'm not entirely sure what the whole
do you think it's
narrative is.
do you think it's going to be something kind of like what WandaVision was? Or do you think it's going to be more like action packed, kind of like the movies, but into a series type thing?
Probably a lot more action packed since
Yeah.
the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
It's going to
They're
be like a
training for
comedy.
something. They're training for something because you see them like practice with the shield, like on most of the sneak peek, and then you see them kind of being in therapy and everything. So what if it's them starting the new Avengers? Like, what if they're going to be the new Avengers?
I was about to say that they could be the new like leader of the new Avengers.
Yeah.
Like phase whatever. What phase are we on now?
4.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, they could be the start of the whole new Avengers coming on, because technically the Avengers are dead or gone, you know, with
Broke's still there.
Tony. Well, he's still there, but and so is Hawkeye, but Hawkeye has to deal with his own kids. Because
what if his daughter is going to come in to replace him so he can retire?
Well,
that's
it
probably
looks like
what's going to happen.
It looks like it, because I think Haley's his daughter in the show.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what's happening, which is weird, because so I wonder what the timeline is with that, because when the snap happened, she was a kid.
Yeah.
And then now that they're doing the show, she looks like an adult now. So
yeah.
I wonder if they kind of like fast forward for that show.
They probably did.
Yeah.
I think then Hawkeye might be do you think Hawkeye might be the last one, just because of everybody who came back from the snap? Well, what's going on? Everybody who came back from the snap basically came back the same age.
Mm-hmm.
So this is possibly going to be like the last one that they're making out of the series, right?
I don't know. I think I mean, the way that this is like being brought up with Disney Plus and stuff like that, it's going.
It's a little dark.
It is, with the like choking and stuff like that. I was like, what the hell?
Like on leashes.
I could not believe it. Oh my goodness. But you know, Marvel's doing great. I applaud it.
Definitely.
They are taking their time with this, and I'm so excited. But anyways, I do want to say thank you for joining us, Angelo. This was fun, and I'm sorry that, you know, we kind of went on a little tangent for a little bit.
You're used to this by now, though.
Yeah, just a little bit. But yeah, definitely, we want to have you back on here again to tell us your theories, and maybe like after the last episode of WandaVision, we'll have you back. But I'm so excited for it.
I know.
And so nervous at the same time.
Thank you for having me on. I had a lot of fun. I would love to come on again, like anytime.
Awesome. Well,
excited.
Thanks again. Love you, Angelo. And we will talk to you guys next week. Can't wait. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, that's all we got for you today. That was so intense. I had to take off my own jacket. I don't know about you, Sarah, but dang.
I'm good.
Are you ready for this? The last
I'm not ready for it. I'm so sad that it's going to be the end of it. But you know what? I am also very excited that it's going to lead up to the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then also Loki, and then Hawkeye. And it's just going to keep going on from there. So the storyline may be over for Wanda, at least for now, until we see Doctor Strange and Spider-Man and all that stuff. I'm just nervous. I'm so nervous to see how next week is going to play out.
I know, but how cool would it be if Angelo's theories were right, where he basically said they actually have an hour and some minutes left to film WandaVision, and it's possibly going to be
like a movie.
Yeah. How exciting is that going to be?
I'm so stoked. That would be amazing.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like she deserves all the screen time. I mean, Agreed. I feel like there's so many questions that need to be answered. So
like those little like story credits at the end of the shows. For those of you who have not seen it, go back on episode 7 and 8 and you get to see just as how confusing it has thrown us off on our theories. So we're just like, it's exciting but nervous. And then in the same sense, I feel like I'm starting to be in how you are feeling, where she deserves after that episode, she deserves a happy ending. And spoilers alert again, if Hayward really uses old Vision with her new Vision, and then she's gonna have to see both of them
that's gonna be so hard. That's gonna be so hard. I really don't want them to die. At least one of them can stay alive. That'd be great.
Can it be the one that actually like has memory of loving Wanda?
Yeah. Or what if she like triggers something into the white Vision and all of his memories come back?
Oh my god, I can't wait. I like now I'm like, it needs to happen today. It needs to be Friday. Can we just skip the time and just where's
fast
Doctor Strange when you need him?
Right.
Time stone, please. Friday.
Please.
Oh
But yeah, so thank you for hanging out with us and watching our little interview with my little baby brother. Like I said, he's not a baby anymore. But if you have any questions or comments or just want to, you know, give us your reaction to the episode, go ahead and leave a comment and we'll definitely get back to you guys. Okay. Thank you.
Bye. Have a good one.
Bye.
Thank you for having me on. It was a really good time.
That was a good
You
one.
suck.
Oh, my cheeks hurt. That's your line, Sarah.
I couldn't tell who was gonna go first. I couldn't remember what I said last.
Exactly what you just said.
I thought she was gonna keep talking.
I thought you were gonna keep talking too, Sarah. Okay, ready? We'll cut to you just saying I had a great time. Ready?
Breathe.
This is what you get when we're at work. This is how we are. We just stare at each other. Okay, breathe. Drink some water. Don't choke though. Well, actually, no. Your mom knows CPR, so it's okay if you choke. We'll just call her.
Okay, 3.
I was getting prepared to talk.
Okay, ready? Sarah, stop. You keep doing this. Give him some time.
Okay.
Breathe. Take a minute.
3, 2, 1.